I'm Jenny.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to the Triad Comedy Stand-Up Night.
First up, we have Ben Doyle.
Woo!
Hello, I'm Ben Doyle, for anyone watching on a laptop. I was going to walk up to an intro song, Heat Waves by Glass Animals, last night in the middle of June. Normally would be copyrighted, but uni changed the deadline again, so I wasn't able to. It was wonderful to see all of you in the audience, a lot of familiar faces, Zoe, Aaron, Hodges, Danny, Manny, Beth, Jenny, Jenny's ginger friend. I'm only joking, Raquel, I'm only joking. So, when I was looking up how to do a stand-up routine, what's the funniest thing to do? A lot of people said relatable content. So I was thinking, who's my audience today? What do we all have in common? So I thought of two things. The first thing is, we've all got wonderful colours of hair. Thank you, Rachel. So we've only got one thing in common. We all went to school, right?
Yeah!
So I thought, for my comedy routine, I'll take you back to my life at sixth form and me growing up. Hope you enjoy.
Try.
So, firstly, I went to a school in Norfolk, a private school, that is. So I paid for my education from the age of 11 to 18. So a lot of cash shoulder was dropped on the fact that I ended up doing drama at university. But yeah, so I'm sorry about that, Mum. She's not dead, she's just doing the roofing tonight. That's the relatability, because both me and Danny both have shit jokes. So, I went to uni, obviously, and I told people that I went to a private school. As if it was like a personality trait of mine. It is. But I got a lot of labels and stuff, people calling me names, just because I went to a private school, like, you're posh, you speak the Queen's English really well, you've got loads of money, you're handsome. They're all true, but that's not the point. Just because I went to a private school doesn't mean I'm posh. So, who likes Waitrose and M&S here, huh? I'm only joking, I've been to other shops like the Coop, Label, Sainsbury, the Co-op, sorry. Anyway, so when I was at school, at A-level, I did theatre studies. Is that basically drama? Yes. Did my school want to give it a fancy name? Was that all classy and parochial? Absolutely. I also did English, and hats off to you, Zoe, for doing it now, because I really struggled with English. I couldn't get my head around it. I found it really weird that I actually speak the language, and I pretty much studied it since I was born to 18 for my exam, and I still barely scraped the C. But I just couldn't get my head around it, basically. There's loads of things in it that I just didn't get, like the fact that everything means something else in a book or a poem. Like, you can't just enjoy it. Everything's like a symbolism for something else. A good one is colours. So, characters wear yellow or blue because it means something. Like, white is innocence. There was one example, we were doing Tess of the D'Urbervilles at A-level, I don't know if it is that. And Mrs. Wingham, my English teacher, she goes, why is Tess wearing red? And I'm thinking, I'm fucking apparently it means passion and love and sex. And I'm like, right? I'm not waking up in the morning, opening my wardrobe and going, how passionate am I feeling today? I'm feeling a bit natural. Where are my greens? On an unrelated note, my girlfriend Becky's coming today. I'm going to hubba hopefully. What's that? What colour pants am I wearing tonight? Well. I also did history. I just realised I'm going to be unbuttoned belt for the rest of the show. Right. I also did history, but that's all in the past. Danny loved that one. I also did philosophy, and what's really interesting about it is that before that I was so against the idea of faith and God and stuff, but it opened my eyes to things. I wanted to test it, so every single night I'd pray for a penis smaller than 8 inches, but God's not real. I don't know. But, one of the things I don't like about philosophy though is the inspirational quotes you get. Like in our downstairs toilet, we've got, life is about the journey, not the end. Well, yeah, the end is death, isn't it? So, I'm down there, and all I want to do is take a shit. And I'm thinking, this is pretty bleak to look at, isn't it? Life, death, that's all there is. But, one of the other things I really love is about the thing to do with karma. I find it fascinating that people do certain things. We all know what karma is, yeah? Mm-hmm. We're good in the past, something good happens to us now. We're good now, something good happens, vice versa with the bad things. I find it insane that people dictate like their life depending on that. So I just want to say, Becky, I'm doing this stand up for everyone here. I'm being really good. Everyone's loving it. So not only does Mrs. Wingham want this to happen, but so does the universe. And interestingly, I actually met Becky. I came across her about 3.5 years ago, but nothing happened. And then last February, I came across her. And between me and you guys, I had a chance to save someone's life. I was just having a bad day in karma, so rest in peace, Grandma. See you at your funeral. That wasn't good. But anyway, I do feel like I've grown up a lot. There's loads of things that I wouldn't do back then that I now do now. Like, when it's cold and I'm at work, I wear a vest under my shirt. 10 years ago, I thought that was the worst thing ever. The least cool thing I could ever do. There's other things like, you think about it now, like, a lot of people are having sex, obviously, apart from Manny Dan.
Yes!
Back then it was all about, oh, it's really weird to kiss, that's such a big deal. Now people are having sex. And another thing is, I used to stay up all night. Now I go to bed at 11 PM. Now, with a girlfriend as well, you obviously no longer think a virgin. But there was one thing I have to admit, is that Becky isn't the hardest I've ever been over a woman. And I know that's an awful thing to say, and bear with me. The hardest I've been, and I'm talking rock hard by the way, was over a girl called Medusa. I really and I'm thinking about growing up now. I wear a Fitbit, and I think that's pretty grown up. The only thing is, ever since I got it, I thought it was a bit faulty. So I thought I'd test it. So at night, I'm home alone, I've got a place to myself. You know, it's dark and I'm doing things. And the weird thing is, when I wake up the next day after whatever happens the night before, on my right hand, it says I've done 5,000 more steps than if I would have done it on my left hand. So I think maybe the faulty thing with it is the fact I get jizz on it. But yeah, there's a thing. So when you grow up, you obviously get a bit bold in the things you do. So I've got a story about a time that I pulled a girl. I know, but I was back at hers and she was like, hit me. And I'm thinking, hello? Come again. And she goes, well, I didn't come the first time, so I don't know. She didn't really say it. She said, hit me. And I'm like, I really don't want to. So I don't know if your parents told you this, but you shouldn't hit women. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning there, but she's literally begging on her hands and knees. No, metaphorically, not literally. Or I think so, you know, I'll share it with you. So she's there, so I'm like, oh God, I'm really sorry. If there was a boxing night that night between me and a feather, I would have fucking lost. And that feather's doing more damage to this poor bird than I did. One other thing, I've got a bit bolder though, with that sort of thing. Not hitting women, I mean, just next. But yeah, I've got nights out on another thing. When you turn 18, all you want to do is stash your cash. buy loads of drinks, get absolutely pissed. But now, I take 20 quid out and I'm having a good time. So, but there is a kryptonite that I have. So me, Maddie, Danny, one night I was sitting around the table and I'm like, oh, I'll get some Jaeger bombs in. Now Jaeger bombs, that's the kryptonite. I go up to the bar, wallet in hand, they don't ask me for my ID, obviously, are you fucking joking? But, and they're like, can I have 3 Jaeger bombs, please? And they're like, oh, it's 3 for £5. And I've got a voice in my ear going, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I'll go in and I'll have fucking 9, won't I? But there was one thing about growing up, the thing that changed it for me was one day my mum came in and she goes, right, put that Lego away, put the teddy bears away, get dressed and grow up. At the time I didn't understand how useful it was for me, but I was seething, I was so angry. I packed my bags, I got on the train, I just got out of here, and I came here, and I'm not actually an act, this is a cry for help. Thank you.